I'm sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you.
Help me, please. I must repent.
Would you like to make a confession? Come. How long has it been since your last confession?
I don't care about my fate any longer. It's against the laws of God and nature that I should go on this way. I want to die.
Please, start from the beginning.
All I ask is peace. Eternal peace.
Go on, my son.
Now that you're junior partner in this law firm, don't think that things are going to get any easier for you around here. Of course, if there's anything we can do.
Well, there is something. It's the one thing that kept me poring over contracts all those lonely hours. The key to the executive washroom.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That's a boy. Oh. Jerry, my God, you scared me half to death.
I'm sorry, honey. I didn't mean to startle you.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I just get one of those headaches.
Did you have a bad day at work or what?
No, it wasn't that. What I've been thinking about sitting up here. I never thought I would even own a suit. Now I have 5 of them. Somehow I've gone from blue collar to white collar, and with no stops in between.
Well, I wish you'd get used to it, because I think you look handsome in a suit.
Feel this.
Feels good.
No, the point is there's no calluses anymore. I feel like I've been banished to a life of filling out contracts, negotiating with unions.
Well, I know how you felt the last last few months, but the business is really coming together.
You want to know what the hardest thing is that I did today? I put a filter in the coffee machine. It's just no fun anymore. I want to work with my hands. I want to come home tired from a real day's work.
Well, then do it.
What?
If working in the field again would make you happy, then do it. Why don't you call Brian, and I'm sure he can take care of things in the office. We need is a little spontaneity in our lives.
But you know, it's never going to work because I hate spontaneity, you know?
You do, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe just a little spontaneity.
I thought you had a headache.
Yeah, I do. But the rest of me is fine.
Home?
Hi, Slater.
Hey, Jerry. Oh, am I interrupting something?
Don't worry, Slater. Timing isn't the most important thing.
All right, souffle or not souffle? That is the question.
Oh, I forgot.
What?
Our cooking class.
What do you mean you forgot? Tonight's class is cooking with heavy cream. Calories account.
Slater, you've been taking these courses for years now. How come you've never cooked for us?
I'm just perfecting my art. Well, once I finally do cook, it's going to be incredible.
He only goes there to meet girls anyway.
Well, at least I know the girls I go out with can cook. Get ready.
Well, Jerry and I were thinking about going out and celebrating a little tonight.
Celebrate what?
I got the promotion.
Honey. Honey, that's great. Here I was just feeling sorry for myself all night.
What's that? In that case, the evening's on you.
And when you hear the laughter right after the rain, listen to the happiness, think of me again. Have thoughts of me when nature's in the air, and the smell of life is everywhere. Just think of me and I'll be there. Just think of me. Please think of me.
It's my favorite club, too. We haven't been back in a few months, though.
Have you been out of town?
No, we used to live right here in the city, but we moved out to Devlin Island.
Devlin Island. That's off the Cape, right?
Right, yeah.
I always wondered what kind of people lived on Devlin Island.
Well,
I guess I gotta pay for like
my name's Josh.
Hi.
This is my wife, Debbie.
Hi, I'm Jerry. This is my wife, Linda.
Hello.
This is our... Oh, what are you, anyway?
I like to think of myself as a trusty sidekick.
Right. This is Slater. So tell us about this island.
Well, there's not a lot of us out there. I mean, enough, but mostly older couples live there for generations. We got a fixer-upper. Probably be working on it for the rest of our lives.
Listen, is anyone there contracting out that kind of work?
Jerry's a contractor.
They mainly hire out from the city.
I went to Devlin Island once when I was a little kid, and I caught poison ivy all over, everywhere. Places I don't even care to mention. Unless, of course, you care to hear.
You know, it's really a good investment. It's still undiscovered.
But when you see the world through tear-filled eyes,
What's with the moonies?
They seem sweet.
Oh, yeah, they're giving me cavities.
when the sweet scent seems to dissipate,
remember when we danced at the rap party to Guys and Dolls?
Who's Music Man?
Oh. Well, you probably don't remember this, but you kissed me then. It was the nicest kiss I've ever had.
To think I used to fall for lines like that.
And when you taste the salt of your own tear, don't think of me. Please, don't think of me. Just remember the good times.
All right, guys, I'm gonna take off. Listen, try not to get too rowdy. Thanks for the dance.
See you later. Honey, you should listen to this. Josh and Debbie have been telling me about this place. What was the name of it again? Bay Cove.
It's a little community on the south side of the island. If you're looking for a place.
Oh, actually, I work in the city, so the island seems kind of...
We both work in the city, too. It's really not so bad. You know, at first, we thought it was going to be a real grind, but the ferry only takes 45 minutes.
45 minutes? When do you shop?
Well, you just have to be a little more creative with your time. You can always hit Filene's basement on your lunch hour.
There's just something about the serenity of the island that you just have to see it for yourself.
It wouldn't hurt to take a look.
You know, I think I have our broker's card here somewhere. His name is Bob Holden. You know, there's a place for sale. It'd be nice to have some people our own age there.
I hope you at least go see him.
Find me a dream house in Ivy Hill. Right now, I like the lot.
What's to like?
You can't beat the price.
This is crazy. Here I am in the business of building houses, and I have to stand back and watch everyone else make killings on their investment, and we throw away money every month to some slumlord.
Mrs. Daniels is not a slumlord.
Linda, we are not in college anymore. It's time to grow up and invest in a house.
Oh, yeah, but on an island cut off from the rest of the world? I have spent my whole life in this city. I'm not interested.
What about the kids? They'll be like Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer. They'll have a place to play.
Jerry, we don't have any kids.
Aha! Aha, you noticed. There is no little pitter-patter of feet on our cold industrial floors.
It's late, Jerry. I know you're the last of the LeBons. I've heard all this before.
Linda, we're gonna have kids if I have to go out and rent them.
There is a stipulation. The owner is an older woman whose husband recently died. She's lived in the house for ages, and she's just too old to start looking for a new place.
Well, I don't know, Mr. Holden. That doesn't sound like...
There's a cottage in the back, its own kitchen, bath, entrance. She'll keep completely to herself.
It's not really what we had in mind.
But I'm afraid you won't be able to find anything else quite like this. See for yourself. Loads of charm and well over 100 years old. Listen, let me be blunt. I don't honestly know where you're going to find a house with this charm, 3 acres, and an ocean view for this price.
What do you think? It's worth a look, right? Would tomorrow be okay?
Regular hours, but if you ever need anything, I think you only have to knock and he'll let you in. By the mid-1800s, most of the original inhabitants had left for the mainland. The dozen or so who remain keep very much to themselves.
Is that it?
Yep. of land on the property, enough to get lost on.
Dear boy.
Well, how do you do?
And you must be Mrs. LeBon.
Yes.
Mr. Holden's told me about both of you. I'm Beatrice. Beatrice Gower.
How do you do?
Well, let me show you the house. I know you're going to like it. Well, my needs are fewer now that George has passed on. I just don't seem to be able to keep up with this place any longer. The house was built in 1793 by my late husband's great-grandfather. It's been in the Gower family for generations.
You know, the community of Bay Cove is over 300 years old. Most of the original families still have descendants here.
I haven't seen work like this in years. This is magnificent.
You know, I sold a tract house out in Quincy the other day. Ooh, quarter of the charm of this place and twice the price.
Yeah.
Copper plumbing was installed at the turn of the century.
Copper plumbing, that's great.
Master bedroom's upstairs. I think you'll love it.
My husband loved old books. That one was his favorite. With a huge canopy. It was my great-grandparents' wedding present. But my only daughter died when she was 7, and there were no other relatives to leave it to.
Beatrice had to sell all the furniture.
Beautiful old antiques. They'd been in the house for so many years. Really hated to see them go. And that's where I'll be living. I've already moved in. It's really quite lovely. More than enough room for me.
I'm sure it'll be just fine.
I'll make some tea.
Oh, excuse me, where does this go?
Oh, that's just the basement.
Well, could I see it, please?
Watch the steps.
Ooh, this is dark.
Yes, it is. There's a light here. Wait a minute.
Careful, this one here.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think you'll be impressed.
This looks solid.
Possibility.
That was George's workroom. He used to spend hours down here with his model boats. Wouldn't let me go near the place. I still don't, out of respect. I'm sure there's a key someplace. I'll see if I can find it. There's really quite a bit of storage space down here.
There's a good spot for the washer
There's
and
no
dryer.
keyhole.
A lot of good space down here.
Do you mind if Jerry and I take a little walk?
Of course, take your time.
Isn't it terrific?
Yes, it's terrific.
Well, come on, let's take it.
Jerry, what's gotten into you? You hate making hasty decisions. Besides, the place needs a lot of work.
What's wrong with that? It's a chance for me to work on my own house with my own 2 hands, and it's a great investment. It's perfect for us.
You can't take it at their price. With her staying here, we're going to have to structure it as a sale-lease agreement. That way the tax deferments will come back to us. And we'll let her carry a second, with a balloon payment due in the event of her death.
Did you ever think of becoming a lawyer? What are you saying?
Oh, God. It is a beautiful place. Maybe it's time for a change. Besides, I like seeing you so happy.
We have a deal.
Congratulations. Well done.
Should have gotten a month off work. We're gonna need it.
Are you kidding? I was lucky Wellesley gave me a week.
Look at all your junk.
By law, half of it is yours.
Oh,
Besides, you're the pack rat, not me.
you have more junk than 10 people.
Council presents Exhibit A.
Where's my baseball cards? Objection.
You looked at these lately? They're growing mold. You want me? Throw these out.
No, Yuki, what are you, crazy? You're never gonna get it, are you? I mean, this is the entire 1964 Red Sox. It would be a sacrilege to throw this out. Come on, all I need is the name in here. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Steady Eddie Whitewood, 1964.
Steady Eddie Whitewood, utility infielder, batting average .278, 142 hits, 17 home runs, 78 RBIs.
Objection sustained.
What do I get? Now let me show you why they called him Steady Eddie. Never gonna get this packing done, you know.
Shh. That sounds like someone's in here.
That's probably Beatrice.
She's got to stop walking around in here all the time like it's still her place.
Oh, my dear, we didn't mean to rattle your kettle. We just brought you a little housewarming gift.
Oh, thank you. That's
You're
very
welcome.
nice of you. I'm Linda.
We saw your front door open.
Oh, come on, Nick. The girl's so young, she didn't have a heart attack. I'm Maddie Klein, and this is Cleopatra. My husband, Nicholas, but call him Nick, and me, Maddie. We're from next door.
Hi, I'm Jerry.
Hi, Jerry. We've all heard so much about you. I'm sure you're going to love it here in Bay Cove.
Already do.
Why don't you show me what you're doing with the house?
Oh, sure.
Jerry, I've got a guidebook for Devlin Island, the local history and such. I earmarked some of the pages. These pages I thought you might be interested in.
Well, thank you. You didn't have to go to that trouble.
I'll think nothing of it. I mean, you can return the favor sometime.
Nick and I have been talking about redecorating for years, but you know how men are, independent as a hog on ice.
And it takes two to tango.
So how long have you two been living in Bay Cove?
Oh, no, that's a tough one.
Let's see now, we moved in right after we were married. Which reminds me, our anniversary is later this month, and you two are invited. We're going to announce it at the housewarming party. Your housewarming party. You are having one this week, aren't you? Of course you are. Everybody does.
Out! Out! Out, you bad dog! You have no right to be in here. Get out of here! Get this! Oh, I wish you told me that you had a dog.
Rufus, what's the matter with you? He's never done this before.
Rufus.
We have to be going now.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Making a very good first impression, aren't we?
I guess we're a little strange for these people.
We're strange.
Let's give them time. Besides, I think you're okay.
Just okay. Rufus, you scared me. I already took you for a walk.
This is exactly why there are no dogs in this neighborhood.
Just got in a little fight with Cleopatra. I'm sorry. Rufus, what's the matter with you? I'm sorry. Rufus, come on. Storming out of the house and starts lecturing me on why there's no dogs on the island.
I guess the Kleins are a little bit odd.
Ugh, you noticed. How about that old man who sits in the attic?
Oh, he's creepy, isn't he?
He's at least 90. Must be one of their fathers.
Josh has been trying to tell me it's only my imagination. But I'm telling you, the Kleins aren't the only weird ones around here.
Yeah, I know. You know, I heard the strangest thing last night when I was out walking Rufus. It sounded like chanting.
Chanting?
Yeah.
Must have been the wind.
Maybe.
Well, this is interesting. The site of the last known witch execution. Some guy named Lucas Noble burned at the stake in 1722. Here's a picture of it. Doesn't seem to say where they burned the guy.
It's in the name. I wonder what that means. Lucas Noble, last known witch executed, 1722, Bay Coven. The other members of the Coven were never identified.
That's what it means, see? You take the N off and you have Cove. Bay Cove used to be Bay Coven.
What's a coven?
Witches. You know, a coven of witches, like a pack of something.
Say anything about the church in there?
It's funny you should ask. Puritans built this church in 1700. And it says here, they all died of an unknown disease within 2 weeks of each other. Whew.
Hey, Jerry, look at this.
What is it?
Melissa Gower, 1734, 1741. Must be a relative of Beatrice's.
She said she's had family here for generations, right?
Boy, 7 years old, poor thing.
Well, you were lucky if you made it to your teens back then. It's a tough life out here.
Come on, let's get out of here.
It's said that the livery stable became the general store at the turn of the century, right?
Yeah, and the livery stable's where they burnt the guy.
This has got to be it.
I think so.
Check it out.
Yeah, all right. Hey. Anybody home?
Come on, Rufus. What's wrong, boy? I don't get it.
What's wrong?
I don't know. He doesn't want to go inside.
Here, I'll put him up out here. Come on. Come on, Rufus.
I love this place.
Yeah? The dog out of this, right?
Look.
Okay.
Hi.
Afternoon.
What is that?
Do you mind if we just look around? Articulate son of a gun.
I would eat that in your mouth. Hey, take a look at this.
$2. Be a lot more in Boston.
Okay, so what do we do now?
Hey, this might be it. Come on, let's take a look.
Okay. Hey,
Where you guys going?
come on, come on.
is this place?
I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't be down here.
Okay. I wouldn't want to spend the night here alone. It's a little funny.
I don't know, but I'm
Watch out for the
lights
fire. Wow, look at this. Look.
Jeez, careful.
How does it stay lit? I don't know. We've lived here for quite a... I've never seen anything like this. Or that.
My God, that's incredible.
Maybe you shouldn't. Come on, Jerry, let's go. Come on.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
What's going on here? You shouldn't be looking at this. It's a historical site. You need a ticket. $2 apiece.
Sorry, we had no idea.
Just pay the man, Debbie.
You shouldn't be here.
Come on, nothing left to see. Let's go.
Come on. This is great. I love getting yelled at. This is what life's gonna be like. Oh, it wasn't that spooky.
It was too.
Rufus! Rufus!
What's the matter?
He's gone.
Where's he gonna go? It's an island.
Rufus!
Rufus!
Rufus! Rufus! What's wrong? What happened?
It's Rufus. He's, Well, how did it happen? Chasing Cleopatra, ran in front of the Jeep. There was nothing I could do. I feel terrible. I just...
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry, but he didn't suffer. It happened very quickly.
May I help you?
Is Linda here?
She's resting, not to be disturbed.
Well, I came all the way from the city. She told me about Rufus getting killed. Linda? Linda!
I said she was resting.
Slater!
Linda!
Come on up.
Hey, what can I say? I admit it. You scored big. But you know me, I'm allergic to fresh air.
I've missed you.
It's not like we gotta be pen pals or anything. I'm 40 minutes away.
Yeah, but I've missed you more than I thought. I don't have anybody to talk to out here.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you married to that guy? What's his name?
Jerry. He's been so distant lately, ever since Rufus died. I think it upset him more than he lets on.
What about the dragon lady?
Beatrice? A little odd, isn't she? Slater, I'm telling you, this whole neighborhood is strange. I mean, the neighbors are talking very weird.
Yeah, it reminds me of this movie I saw the other night where this woman moves into a new apartment and there's this scary lady living upstairs.
They're not scary, they're more weird.
Weird,
You
huh?
know? Yeah.
You do realize you're talking to the world's greatest skeptic? I mean, I had the tooth fairy pegged as a phony by the time I was 14.
Okay, all right, you want proof? You want to see strange? I'll show you strange. There's this old man, he looks like he's dead. And he just sits up there, and he never moves.
It's like an empty window to me.
I don't understand. He's always been there before.
Maybe he's invisible. Or it's the island fever. It happens all the time.
I'm not kidding, Slater. These people are really strange. Damn it, I know what I saw.
Hey, you're really serious, aren't you? I'm sorry. I didn't mean... Hey, listen, you can always move back to
No,
the
we
city.
can't. Jerry loves this place. You should see how happy he is out here. I think I was crazy if I told him all his stuff. You're the only one I've told anything to. I could always tell you everything.
Hi, Slater. How are you?
Hey, Jer.
Linda, you got a lot of work to do for the party tonight. You're gonna have to excuse us. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, no, don't mind me. I was gonna look around the island a little bit. I'll be back in time for the party.
Oh, see you. What's the matter with you? He came all the way out here to see us.
Well, he said he's gonna be here for the party.
Well, since when are you so interested in parties? Especially with these people.
Oh, whoa, would you keep your voice down? How can you be so ungrateful? These people have been wonderful to us. They want to just make us feel welcome and more comfortable.
Comfortable? How am I supposed to feel comfortable with Beatrice always there, listening to every word? She wasn't going to let Slater in the house this afternoon. I mean, what is her problem?
Nobody has a problem, Linda.
What?
I have some good news. I was going to wait until the party and everything, but maybe now's a better time.
What is it?
I sold the business.
What?
I sold the business. I don't need that life anymore, and moving out here just proved it to me.
God, Jerry, that is a big decision in our lives. Don't you think you could have told me first?
I wanted to surprise you.
Yeah, well, you did.
Brian had an estimator out earlier this week, and by Thursday we had an offer.
You slaved for that business.
I was a slave to that business. This is our home now. I want to live here forever.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. No one is allowed back here.
Oh, sorry. Are these the only color you have? I wanted pink or blue. Thank you. Hi, you're just in time to help me with this. How do you like the island so far?
Well, I know everything there is to know about this island except one thing.
What? Here, chop.
Where do these people bury themselves? I mean, I realize it's healthy living around here, but what, nobody dies?
What are you talking about?
I spent the whole day trying to figure this out. There's only one graveyard on the island, and no one's been buried there since 1783.
So you believe me now? Hello. What's your name? You don't have to be shy. My name is Linda, and this is my friend Slater.
Hello. Linda, I have to talk to you.
Linda, come on, everybody's waiting.
Okay.
Come on.
We will. Could you get that plate?
May I have everyone's attention, please?
Thank you. Jerry. Linda, we are all grateful to both of you for this opportunity to welcome you to Bay Cove. And now that we're all together again, I'm sure you will come to see that we are a community whose strength comes from unity. And I think I speak for everyone when I say I hope that you will find happiness and prosperity with us, forever.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. I just want to say that I feel that Linda and I really have found our place here. Haven't we, honey?
Isn't that wonderful?
I'll get it.
Telephone's ringing.
Thank you.
Beatrice's famous for sale.
Linda, what do you know about this lady?
I don't know. She's a widow. Her husband just died, and...
Yeah? Where'd they bury her? Yeah, I'm gonna look into this whole thing
Later.
tomorrow.
Telephone call for you.
Excuse me.
This quilt is the whole history of Bay Cove. All its births, its deaths, everything. It's over 300 years old.
It's lovely.
Do you quilt, honey?
Don't even so.
Come on, we'll show you. It's as easy as pouring maple syrup from a barrel.
I don't think I'd be very good at it. Hi. You must be Edward. You have something for me? Is it a housewarming present? You really shouldn't play with dead animals, you know. Maybe you ought to think about burying it someplace.
Linda, have you seen my scarf?
No, why? You leaving? What's wrong?
My mother, she's in the hospital.
Again?
Yeah, the hospital must have gotten your number from my service. I'm sure she's fine as usual, but I better get going.
Ferry leaves in 5 minutes. Nick, can Slater borrow your Jeep?
Of course, the keys are in it.
Thanks. Let's go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You be careful. Call me tonight. I'll be home.
Right. She wasn't in the hospital.
Huh?
Slater's mother. When I saw her at the funeral, she said the police called her in the middle of the night to tell her about Slater. He said she was in the hospital.
Whatever.
Woke up at 4 this morning and you weren't in bed.
I couldn't sleep, okay? So I came down to work on the Klein's layout.
Why don't you look at me anymore?
What?
Why don't you look at me?
There. I'm looking at you, okay?
Something's happening to us. You've changed.
Linda, I know I've been selfish.
I'm sorry. I love you so much. I don't want to lose you.
You're not gonna lose me? What is it?
I'll be okay.
Linda, ferry got here early.
Oh, that's Debbie. We were gonna take the ferry together. You sure you're okay?
We forgot to take the papers to the realtor.
Come on, I'm serious. We're talking major legal mess here. All those islands north of Goose Bay with no zoning for the last 100 years.
All the more reason to give it to a full partner.
This kind of assignment could put you right there. Exciting stuff, Linda. Court battles, litigation, the whole works.
Well, sure, I'd love it, but I just got a promotion. I can't expect
You want to take another 6 years for your next promotion? I think you've got a shot at it. Why else would Wellesley want to see you? Yes? Right away. You're on. Give him hell.
Would you like some tea?
Yes. I mean, no, thank you. Caffeine makes me nervous.
Well. How's the new place coming along? You almost settled in?
Yes, sir. It's been quite a project.
Well, Devlin Island is a lovely spot. As you know, it's one of the islands involved in the zoning project. Linda, let me be frank with you. The people living on these islands are, well, let's just say they like to keep to themselves.
I've noticed.
Well, zoning is always a touchy subject. Oh, face it. I mean, for most of these people, it's going to mean higher taxes. We represent the wrong side as far as they're concerned.
So you think my being a resident?
Yeah, I think it may make things run a bit smoother. You could be very influential.
I suppose I could take meetings with residents after hours at home.
Oh, no. This is much bigger than that. No, I can't stress enough to you its importance to our firm. This is one of our biggest projects. I'm going to need you out there full time, at least for the next few weeks. I think under the circumstances that you are the best possible choice for the job. Congratulations.
You wanted to see me?
Oh, no, I'm waiting for Mr. Holden.
I'm Mr. Holden.
Excuse me?
I said I'm Mr. Holden.
No. Mr. Holden I'm waiting for is, got light brown hair, 35. Bob Holden.
Well, there's only one Mr. Holden around here. My first name is Tom.
Oh, you don't understand. I need to speak with Bob Holden. I have his card here someplace. He's our real estate broker, and he just sold us a house on Devlin Island.
Well, as I say, I'm the only Mr. Holden around here, and our agency doesn't handle any residential property in Devlin Island. If we did, we'd go broke. There's been a house for sale there for 25 years. This is my card. See? Tom.
I don't understand. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Jerry! What's he doing? Jerry?
Linda, how's your day?
What are you doing?
Cleaning house.
Your baseball card.
I just think it's time we learn to let go of the past and accept our new lives here.
Well, there's a lot about this new life I'm having trouble accepting. Jerry, we have to talk.
He was at least 10 years older and 3 inches shorter. I mean, what's going on?
Well, I'm sure there's an explanation.
What are you going to tell me? He was a relative? No, no way. There's no explanation.
Wait a minute. Don't you remember Holden saying something about taking a job in one of those converted warehouses down by the wharf? And it's for this other fellow. I don't know. Holden's a common name.
Jerry, someone is playing a very bad joke on us. I mean, there's just too many coincidences. First, everybody hates Rufus, and then suddenly Rufus gets killed. And Slater, his mother was never even in the hospital.
Well, I can't explain why Slater's mother wasn't in the hospital. All I can tell you is nobody's trying to do anything.
I want to move back to the city. Let's just sell the house and go.
We can't sell the house, okay? Every cent we have is tied up in this place. What are you bringing this up for now? Jeez, I know things have been tough on you, but just give it a little time, honey, huh? Come on. Look, I'm sorry. If you still feel the same way in a couple of weeks, put the house up for sale. We'll move back in the city, okay? You just say the word and it's done.
I thought this was going to be a good move for us. I know I've been putting you off about having a family and all, but...
No, Linda, I'm not so sure about that right now.
But isn't that what you always wanted?
Let's not talk about it now. I'll make you a deal. You try a little harder. I'll try a little harder. Okay? Good.
Hello, Edward. Why aren't you at home? It's late.
Why are you sad?
I've had a bad day.
Don't worry. It'll all be over soon.
What do you mean? Hey, wait a minute. That's Slater's scarf.
Looking for something? This is not as hard as I thought.
You missed a stitch. That's it.
I'm messing up here.
Want to wash it?
Sure, why not?
Thank you.
Cheers. To men. Can't live with them?
Can't live with them.
I just said that. He has changed.
You mean the beard?
Well, that too, but... I mean, you used to have to bribe him to get him to go out in public. Now look at him. It's the life of the party. I don't see him until he gets into bed at night. And then all he wants to do is sleep.
That bad, huh?
I haven't exactly been what you call enticing lately. I mean, ever since Slater and Rufus. If I didn't know him better, I would swear he's having an affair with someone.
Who do you think it is? Maddie or Beatrice?
Oh, no.
Oh. You know, sometimes I think it's hard on couples living in an isolated place like this. I've noticed that Josh has been acting kind of strange lately.
Really?
I don't know. Anyway, it's nice you're living here.
Well, I'm glad I have you.
Linda, wait. Maybe we shouldn't be snooping around.
Oh, come on. This place is like a museum.
Can't do this. Sure we can. Linda, this is their bedroom.
Look at all this weird stuff. Wonder where they got it all.
Look at this. Isn't it beautiful?
That's strange.
Nicholas and Madeline Klein, betrothed August 7th, 1703.
August 7th, that's today.
Has to be a coincidence.
That would make him over 300 years old, wouldn't it? Debbie, remember I told you all that stuff about them? About Slater dying and the old man upstairs? Maybe this explains it all.
What are you doing here? Why don't you two come down and join the party?
We were just looking at this beautiful quilt.
Wake up.
What's the matter?
Debbie and I discovered something tonight. Look, this may be the weirdest thing I've ever said in my whole life. And I don't expect you to really understand it. But I think Maddie and Nick are 300 years old. No, really, I do.
Honey, look, how am I supposed to respond to that?
There's so many things. First, I saw this quilt. At today's date, married today's date, their name's on it 300 years ago. And then, look, gray hair dye. I found it on their dresser in their bedroom. See, Nicholas has to dye his hair gray to look older because he doesn't get any older.
This doesn't say gray. It says brown.
I don't understand. I swear it said gray.
Look, honey, I'm a reasonable guy, right? Okay? You just look me in the eye. You just look me in the eye and you tell me you think the Kleins are 300 years old.
I know what I saw. Yes, okay, yes, I believe it.
Hi.
Hi.
Is everything all right? Come in.
No, that's okay. I know this is going to sound crazy.
What is it, Nicky?
Oh, it's Jerry and Linda.
What's happening?
Hi, Maddie. Linda has this idea. Go ahead and tell him, honey. Linda thinks that...
How long have you two been married?
31 years today.
Linda thinks that you and Nicholas are 300 years old.
You can't deny that those were your names on that quilt I saw upstairs.
You saw our names. Sweetheart, there have been Kleins on this island for 300 years, but that... Nicky, show her your license.
Look, it says Nicholas Klein the 6th.
So what does that prove? You can buy a fake license on any street corner in Boston. What about you? Maddie's short for Madeline, isn't it?
Dear, my name is Martha.
See, honey, I told you there was an explanation for everything. I'm sorry about the inconvenience.
No problem.
Night again.
I thought I could trust you, and all you did was humiliate me.
Linda, it's ridiculous because you're almost finished with the project.
I don't care. It was a mistake. My imagination runs wild out here. I need to work in the city. Hello?
Linda, hello. I just called in to check and tell you how
Oh, Mr.
proud...
Wellesley, I'm really glad you called. Look, I've decided I'm not right for this project.
Nonsense, nonsense. If 2 more days, you ought to be able to wrap things up out there. Now, let's just keep pushing forward. Anything new to report?
No, sir.
Keep in touch now.
Yes, sir.
Well, have a good day now.
Goodbye.
Linda, come on.
Beatrice, what year were you married?
In 33.
1933?
Well, of course.
What happened to your husband?
My husband? He's dead. Why do you ask, dear?
Where was he buried?
In the graveyard, over by the old church.
That's not true.
See for yourself, dear, if you must.
Hello, Rachel.
I named my doll after you, and look what happened to her.
Oh, dear, what's this?
Hers is a troubled soul indeed.
What happened?
They made me do it.
Who?
The others. I told them she was nice, but they didn't believe me. She doesn't want to hurt anyone, does she?
Well, no, she doesn't. And you tell him I said so. Where'd you get her? She looks very old.
My father made it for me.
That can't be. It looks like an antique. Must be 200 years. How old are you?
How old do I look?
9 or 10, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Now, it would be a rather boring world if we were sure about everything, wouldn't it?
I've been watching the moon. Another day, maybe two.
Who are you?
Leave this island. You must not trust anyone who lives on this island. I should know. I've lived with them long enough.
Who do you mean? Maddie? Your son, Nicholas?
He's not my son. He's my grandfather. There were 13 of them. That was the original Coven. They made a pact with the devil 300 years ago. Their souls for immortality. But one of them broke the pact. Beatrice's husband. He repented his sins in the house of the Lord. That's the only way out.
What does this have to do with Jerry?
Huh?
And me?
Now, there is a vacancy. They need 13. It is the one with the bloodline they're after. Those closest to that one will be sacrificed. I fear for you.
What bloodline? What is it you're saying?
A true witch is born, not made.
Linda, what are you doing?
Oh, Jerry, thank God. Now you can hear for yourself. Tell him what you told me.
Come on, Linda, we're going home.
No, tell him. They're all in it together.
Look, I don't know what's gotten into her lately. Look, we'll talk about this when we get home. We can't go breaking into people's houses in the middle of the night.
What did you mean they need the bloodline?
I'm sorry about my father. He's quite senile, you know.
He's lying. They're witches. They'll do anything.
Look, we'll talk about this when we get home, okay? You flipped out breaking into our neighbor's house.
You haven't heard anything.
I'm sick and tired of your crazy ideas. Nicholas and Maddie are not 300 years old. Nothing is happening. Nothing is a conspiracy against you. You're losing your mind. You're going crazy. You embarrass me in front of the neighbors.
Who cares about the neighbors? What about me? Didn't you hear what that old man said?
Well, you can see that he's crazy. He just sits up there all day long.
But they put him there. He's not one of them. He's his grandson, not his father. Look, we gotta get off this island. Don't you understand? I'm not gonna stay here another day. I'm gonna take the first ferry out of here tomorrow. If you love me, you'll come with me.
Jerry? Is everything all right?
She's one of them, too.
That's it, I give up. I'm going to bed.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. believe a word I said.
It doesn't matter what I believe. Look, maybe we should go away to Vermont for a few
I don't
days.
need you to patronize me.
Oh, this is stupid. I'm trying to talk to you. Now, will you just listen to...
Forget it. Look, maybe I imagined everything. All I know is I need to get out of here for a few days.
Linda. Linda, please.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Hope you're not in a hurry.
Mr. Wellesley, thank God you're here.
What a surprise.
Listen, I need to leave the island right away. When are you leaving?
Oh, I'm not going back to the office. Oh, didn't you know? I keep a house out here on Devlin Island.
No, I didn't know.
And I'm sure you've met my brother-in-law, Nicholas Klein. He and my sister tell me they're neighbors of yours.
It's in the name. If any mortal lays eyes on the site, they must be sacrificed at the next Sabbath, held on the first night of the full moon. If the sacrifice is not performed by the stroke of midnight, then whatever pact the Coven has made with the devil will be destroyed. Oh my God, that's us. It's tonight.
Linda? You all right?
Jerry? Jerry?
What's going on?
Jerry. Jerry. I'm not even going to try and explain right now, but we have to get off the island right away. It is a conspiracy. They even broke the ferry. We got to get Josh and Debbie, too.
Not now, Beatrice.
I'm sorry. I noticed Linda was upset. I thought this might relax her.
I told you I'd go whenever you want.
You believe me. Oh, Jerry, it's terrible. That day we saw the stake. Now they have to kill us. They made a pact with the devil, and they need a... Josh. You don't think it could be Josh. Debbie said he'd been acting strange lately, and that old man...
Just give me a couple of minutes to get ready. Now you try and calm down. Here, have some tea.
Is noble. That's it. It's in the name.
Debbie! Linda? Debbie, we have to leave the island right away. It's Jerry. He's the one they're after. He's Lucas Noble. What?
Linda? Linda?
Why weren't you on the boat this morning?
I called in sick. I had a little sore throat. Linda, will you relax?
Sorry. I just don't know what's going on anymore. You know? Debbie, just turn around and run.
That really won't be necessary, dear. I'm sorry. There's nowhere to run now, dear.
Linda, we've been worried sick about you.
It's really best you don't fight it. We've waited nearly 300 years for him to return to us. And now, the Coven is complete.
The old man was right. You're all in it together. Hello?
Linda, I'm at the hospital. False alarm. You remember last year she did the same thing? Only this time she thought she was having a stroke. Turned out to be this tuna salad they served her at the home today. Listen, they got me filling out about a godzillion forms down here. It's like doing my taxes or something. I just wanted you to know that everything's okay.
Slater, wait.
Gotta go, Linda. I'll call you in the morning. Bye.
Linda? You're up? Well, we thought you'd be out for the whole night, especially the way you drank last night.
What's going on?
Why don't you go up and have some rest? Would you like a cup of tea, dear?
Rufus? 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 Rufus?
Linda, you're early. We're not supposed to see you for another hour. We'll come get you when we need you.
You all right?
Linda,
Why did you kill him?
it's almost the witching hour.
Things should be done properly. You've seen too much.
We've given you long enough to get ready.
We simply can't let you live.
lays eyes on the sight, they must be sacrificed on the first light of the full moon. Come on.
Information, may I help you?
I don't want information.
We don't always get what we want, do we, Linda?
Linda, thank God you're all right. I have been so worried about you.
Don't come near me.
What's wrong? Linda, we have got to get off this island right now. You were right. Something is happening, and I don't understand.
But you knew all along. You're Lucas Noble, the one with the bloodline.
What are you talking about? It's me. It's Jerry.
Stay away from me.
Now, don't be ridiculous. Put the knife down.
No! Jerry, please. Oh, thank God. You couldn't hurt me, could you?
Come on now. They're waiting.
Jerry?
My name's not Jerry. It's Noble. Lucas Noble. It's nearly midnight. It's time. You are my only tie now with the mortal world. You have to die.
No! Jerry, no! Wait! You can repent now. Jerry. No.
What have you done?
They'll kill you by midnight. Get to the church. They won't go in. Powerless inside.
I won't let them take you. You're coming with me.
Don't worry.
Midnight. Come on, hang on. Hang on, Jerry.
Do it.
Come on!
How could I ever
So beautiful. So innocent. Oh, please forgive me.
Don't leave me, Jerry. Don't leave me.
I love you, Linda. I love you. I'm free.
It's revenging.
It's almost midnight. We've got to get out.
We can't go in there.
We must.
It's a trap.